law office of Perry and Velasquez, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you a young man who you already heard can sing very well. And you know he is a 7-year master of the French horn. He's going to be graduating this June from Liberty High School, and let me tell you a quick story about that. Because I was sitting at the table and I heard his father mention this little story, that when this young man started his school career here in Las Vegas, he told his parents that when he graduates from school, he's going to graduate valedictorian. Well, that was a big promise, and he's going to be doing that this year, this coming June, walking through as the valedictorian of Liberty High School. He is going to continue his academic career. He'll be attending UNR this fall, and he's entering their chemical engineer program. Already, he has 4 AP credits under his belt. He has just taken 4 more AP tests, and he'll be walking through, I'm sure, with 8 AP credits by the time he starts his school career. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the co-captain of the Varsity Quiz Bowl team, the president of the National Honor Society for his school, and of course, a baritone, musician, and gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, this is young Mr. Miguel Henares.
Good evening, everyone. I'd first off like to thank my parents over there. My father, Monchi Henares, and my mother, H. I'd also like to thank my table sponsors, Pereira and Velasquez attorneys on the same table. Well, this is my story. So 8 years ago, on May 10th, 2004, my family made a leap of faith. It was election day in the Philippines, and while everyone else was going to the polls, my mother, father, brother, and I were boarding an airplane. So we landed in Los Angeles, California the next day around 9 a.m., and it was a one-way flight, and we wouldn't be coming back home. My parents wanted the American dream. They saw a bleak future for me back home because of the government corruption, widespread poverty, and the tumbling economy in the Philippines. There was no future for us there. The first few years in America were tough. One word, culture shock. However, as these years passed, I assimilated more and more into American society and eventually found my niche. 8 years later, I stand here before you, the recipient of a prestigious scholarship. My parents gave up so much when they left the Philippines. Through paying for immigration lawyers, my mother used up her inheritance that she received from her father. She had to renounce an upper-level position at her family's company. And she hasn't even seen her own mother in 8 years. That's pure selflessness. I want to show them that their efforts have not gone in vain. With the scholarship, I am one step closer to fulfilling my dreams, and by doing that, I am fulfilling theirs as well. I'll be going to UNR, majoring in chemical engineering this fall. With the scholarship, it's likely that I won't have to pay a cent for the first year. I would like to thank the good people of the Bill Endow Foundation for recognizing the great strides that I've made in high school and bestowing this honor upon me. However, I mostly want to thank my loving family, especially my parents, Monchi and Age, for everything they have done to get me where I am today. I also want to thank the Lord for keeping an eye out on me ever since He put me into this world. Thank you.
Miguel Henares.